Hi, folks. My name is Raj Kapoor, and I'm the founder of the India Blockchain Alliance. I wish I could be with you today, but since I'm not there in person, but I'm there with you in spirit, my friends. I'm also sending across the presentation which I wanted to show you. It's little late for me, but nonetheless, I still wanted to be with you. So, Kingsley and all of you out there, fantastic have this session. Thank you for having me here. Let me start off with my presentation right away, and here it is. What's the presentation about? People ask me a lot of questions. What is a presentation about? Well, I say, and that's always very important, we need to have a technology that is more than just a technology. It's a driver for economic growth. I'm putting a full screen on, my friends. Have a look at it. Here we go. I'm going to give you an India perspective, but mind you, the Africa perspective is no different. Even the world and the global perspective is no different. There are just some overlaps and some differentiators, but by and large, this is it. So let's see what it's all about, my friends. Beyond cryptocurrencies, and that's one of the things which I would love to say. Bitcoin is not blockchain. Blockchain is not Bitcoin. So it's just beyond blockchain is beyond cryptocurrencies. And blockchain is transforming industries and driving economic innovation. What industries? Well, the financial industry, yes, definitely. But now agriculture, healthcare, supply chain, manufacturing, hospitality, retail, energy, utilities, you just name it. Every sector is being impacted, and how. It's just a question of another 5 to 10 years, but every industry will have a major impact and a major confluence with blockchain. Let's see why. What's the role in economic growth? Now, this is a generic role. Then I'll dive down to the India Africa story. It enhances transparency and trust. It reduces cost. It increases and boosts the financial inclusion. Now, it brings in a lot of unbanked people into the system. That's a lot. 1.4 billion, my friends. That's a lot of people who don't have banking access. It brings it into a system. It makes them more mainstream. And more important, it encourages innovation. What's the innovation we've seen? Well, 10 years back, we had none of these things we are talking about right now. Did we have NFTs? No. Did we have tokenization, real world asset tokenization? No. Today we have it. We call it decentralized finance. We didn't have it. Now we have it. Have you seen how blockchain, and this is one technology that has made all this difference and all the innovation has come, the maximum innovation has come through the blockchain technology. Let's do an economic impact analysis. It helps GDP growth. Blockchain technologies can add up to 1.76 trillion to the global GDP by 2030 dollars. That's right, my friend, US dollars to the global economy by 2030. Job creation. Look at the number of jobs that are being created. Well, in India itself, right now, by 2030, we need 800,000 jobs in the blockchain space. Just imagine that's just one country. One. And the rise of them, it's with consulting companies, it's with tech companies, it's with banks, agriculture. As I told you, all sectors, everyone needs blockchain experts. The tax revenue, now that's how it impacts the bottom line from a GDP perspective. Increasing transparency, transaction reduces tax evasion. For example, you can track a complete supply chain of, for example, liquor, so that the liquor, right from the time it is manufactured till the time it reaches the retail shops, pure liquor goes through, not counterfeit. If you have counterfeit liquor, the government loses revenue. That's another very strong ad. Governments are exploring blockchains for VAT system, value-added tax system. That is a Dubai blockchain strategy. In fact, most processes in Dubai now are on blockchain. Increased efficiency in trade. Reduction in cross-border trade costs. Imagine the money trade, etc., how much it saves cost. It's already 10 to 15 euro as a systemized process. TradeLens is a blockchain platform for global shipping, logistics. This enables and brings down the cost by 15%. Now, in this year, it'll bring it down up to 42%. All that adds to the bottom line of a nation. What are the key industry transformations? The supply chain. I mean, there are many of them. I've just taken a few right now. I mean, in 15, 20 minutes, you can hardly discuss everything, but these are the ones that are really creating an impact. Supply chain, real-time trafficking and verification, reduce inefficiencies, Walmart, for example, tracks fresh produce using blockchain, a project I worked on right in about 2018-19. Healthcare, secure management of patient records, ensuring privacy, reducing medical fraud, medical chain, that is, or MediChain, it enables that. That's a UK-based project which started off. These are some overall impact, and then I'll give you some India examples as well. Public sector, of course, transparent voting systems, like Estonia has taken an e-residency program for digital identity and business operations is right on the blockchain. Energy sector, peer-to-peer energy trading, better grid management. Power Ledger, for example. Power Ledger we are using in India's Uttar Pradesh, decentralizing renewable energy trading. That's a very big project happening in India and Australia as well. So these are some of the major sectors. Now I'm going to give you 10 very strong use cases from India, and you'll see how they're impacting it's actually having a very strong economic impact, not just from a private sector, but from a public sector. And that's wonderful for it. The technology doing that is great. Apollo Hospitals, a very large chain in India, is using blockchain for secure patient data management and sharing. What's been the impact? Real-time sharing of medical records between healthcare providers while ensuring privacy. The data is with you. You only give it to the hospital. The hospital doesn't have your data anymore. It's on the blockchain. You give it permission, then they have it. They're using a pilot project right now to streamline patient data exchange. What has been the impact? Major impact. Reduced administrative costs by almost 17%. Improved efficiency in medical services leading to faster diagnosis, reduced treatment costs. It enhances trust in the healthcare system and attracted international medical tourism, which has boosted India's $6 billion medical tourism industry. Now, isn't that a very strong impact? And that's just one use case, my friends. Actually, there are hundreds. I've just had to limit them to 10. But here, there are some good ones. Government of Goa. I live in Goa, by the way, and this is one of the projects we are doing. We are digitizing the healthcare records using blockchain, integrity of the public records, launched as part of Goa's e-health initiative recently. I'm very proud to be a part of it. It's minimized errors and delays, service deliveries, enhanced efficiency in public in enterprise spending through improved management. Now, all basically what it's done is it's streamlined the process. It's made things easier. So when I walk into any healthcare community center, my records are all on the blockchain. All the records are with me. I just have to give the hash key or the code for them to access it at that particular point of time. Nobody else can use my data. Otherwise, people can make a lot of money selling your data to pharma companies, research companies, etc. Then we have HealthNet. It's for blockchain for drug traceability and preventing counterfeit medicines. Counterfeit medicines actually can cause a lot of deaths, a lot of more illnesses. So the blockchain, HealthNet blockchain prevents this. It enhances trust in the pharma supply chain because now nothing can be manipulated. There can be no counterfeiting. This is a very big thing, especially in the pharma industry, because we take medicine in total good faith. We've implemented partnerships with a lot of pharma companies by putting it up. The economic impact has been a lot of financial losses due to counterfeit drugs has been reduced by almost $1 billion annually. And that adds to the bottom line. That's right. Bottom line. It's built consumer confidence in Indian pharma, adding to export growth. Let's take another one. Tata Steel, one of the largest steel manufacturing companies in India. They're using blockchain for supply chain traceability and sustainability. It tracks the origins of the raw material and ensures ethical sourcing. No child labor used, proper processes followed, proper rules and regulations complied with. Oh, yeah. It uses this to validate the sustainability of the steel production processes. Now, steel, my friends, is used in everything: bridges, buildings, infrastructure, flyovers, underpasses everywhere. This proves the provenance of the steel, the quality of the steel. It has enhanced global competitiveness by showcasing sustainability and ethical sourcing and reduced compliance costs, increased trade and export revenues. These are all adds beautifully to the bottom line, my friends. Then we have a National Dairy Development Board. I don't know whether all the countries, most countries have a National Development Dairy Board. We're using blockchain for the milk subchain traceability. It ensures milk quality, prevents contamination by tracking its journey. We've piloted in Gujarat, one of the states in India, to enhance the transparency in milk procurement. Where has the milk come from? when was it milled? When was it packed? When was it loaded onto the containers? Where did it go? Did it go by ship, train, truck? Who has handling it? It's all on the chain. You can check it. Everybody has access to that. It has improved milk quality, increased, and therefore consumer trust it has increased. It's boosted dairy sales, it's reduced wastage in supply chain, and led for a lot of savings for farmers and cooperatives. Now that money which they save goes back to the community, making it a beautiful circular economy. Now that's a very good economic impact. We also have Reliance Industries, another very, very large supply, one of the largest companies in India. Industries, Reliance Industries is one of the largest conglomerates in India, the largest groups. They're using blockchain for supply chain optimization in petrochemicals. Now, Reliance they're one of the largest petrochemical suppliers for the nation and even exports. And they use blockchain for that. It's reduced inefficiencies, improved vendor collaborations, implemented it. It's already been done with a couple of technology partners. We are proud to say that we are also part of this. We've also done a fair share of our work in this. It streamlined the supply chain, reduced costs, operation costs, administrative costs, improved profit margins. It's become more fast, accurate, and the entire process that the productivity and sectors reliant on the petrochemicals. That's a great use case as well. Here's another one. There's a company there. We have an organization called APIDA. That's the Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. We use blockchain here, and we've been part of this project for the export of organic food. The impact, it is assurance of international buyers of product authenticity and certification. Example, deployed in pilot projects for the exporting of India's basmati rice. India's very famous quality of rice called basmati rice. Now people can check whether the rice is organic, when was it harvested, how old is the grain. In fact, rice, the older it is, the better it is, like wine, but more healthier. Economic impact is increased India's organic food export value by providing reliable traceability and certification. People can trust it, and trust means more business. More trust, more business. It has reduced fraud and penalties in export certification, saving lots of money for exporters and earning trust from other countries when they import. Bombay University, one of the best universities in India, uses blockchain for issuing tamper-proof digital certificates. Now, again, we can say we played a large role in this. This is one of our proprietary products which we created, and I'll share a little more maybe later on. Well, it now eliminates certificate fraud, simplifies the verification process. Great for people when they want to study abroad. University, consulates can just verify it because it's on the blockchain. They don't have to send it to a university, wait for a few weeks or days for it to come back. Oh God, it's all done right on tap. It's also reduced the cost and for delays for the credential verification and the job applications. Now, sometimes it takes weeks, if not months, because there are so many universities. Some of them are digital, some are not. It's also attracted a lot of international students and collaborations due to the transparent and reliable academic process. And when foreign students come in, we get foreign currency. It again impacts the bottom line. Well, then we have the National Institute of Technology, another leading institute, one of the leading institutions in India. Again, they have also done the same thing. They've put credential verifications. The impact has been the streamless, the process they completely, right from the time they issue it, the transcripts, everything is on the blockchain. They put it for student records. Again, it reduces time for verification, jobs. People can get onboarded to jobs faster. They can take new courses faster, so on and so forth. Lots of things happening there. I think this is also, I've used this thing called the Tamil Nadu. This is one of the states here that they have created a blockchain policy in which they've covered quite a few things. And I'm going to share that with you as well. Blockchain for education records and scholarship management. Now, it ensures, again, transparency and prevents misuse of funds which have been allocated for scholarships. It rolled out under the state's blockchain policy. This was rolled out recently, 2 years back. It's been a very big success. Now, scholarship money reaches the right people. It prevented the misuse of scholarship funds. That's been a major economic impact, ensuring efficiency of utilization of education budgets. Now, same thing can be used for healthcare. World Bank gives money, lends out money, the United Nations gives out money. These things now can be tracked and traced. Where has the money gone? Was it used for the right purpose? Who are the people involved? The transparent chain is an answer for everything. That's a big use case, not just for education, for transcripts and scholarships, but for everything. Let's just quickly look at the overall economic benefits before I wind up. It's cost saving. Streamlined operations across industries have reduced inefficiencies and fraud and saved billions of dollars. Global trade and investment have really gone up. Again, the new generations are going to do business based on your transparency scores, your transparency index, or your ESG index, how good you are, how ethical you are. It's no longer going to be on big names. It's going to be on all these factors. Enhanced transparency, trust has increased India's attractiveness as a trading and investment partner. This, I think, is a very big plus for any nation, not just for India, but for any nation. It's also boosted exports because now the operations are streamlined. There is more trust factor. The supply chains are now in sync. The financial sector is in sync. It has also solved a lot of inefficiencies and fraud, saving billions. Job creation, of course, for every nation. This is the cornerstone of success. Job creation. Development and implementation of blockchain systems created highly skilled jobs in technology and allied industries. This has been a major, major plus. Cross-border collaboration. We need to have that now. To make anything succeed, we can't work in isolation. We can't say, okay, in India, we'll do everything, or in Africa, we'll do everything, or in the United States, we'll do everything. We need to work together as nations. We would like to work as blockchain without borders. But for that, we need a lot of things happening, a lot of ducks lined up in a row. We need proper regulations. We need to develop an international standard, like we have the ISO standards. Why don't we have standards in this space? We need to have them. The faster we get there, the better. A good global regulatory frame like the GDPR, for example, is what's needed for the blockchain space right now. It's going to happen. We're just at the beginning, at the ground floor of this beautiful revolution. All these things will come up. Then cross-border use cases. Collaborate on blockchain-based solutions for global issues such as supply chain, etc. We should all work together and say, yes, we allow everything to be on the blockchain. Blockchain for carbon credits trading between nations. That is a great use case. If there is more carbon credits in Africa, we can sell it to nations which require it. That's a great use case as well. Research and development alliances. Now, this is very critical. As an organization, when we started India Blockchain Alliance, this was the idea of bringing in research and development for a technology which is new to many, new to the nation, new to our governments, new to our enterprise, new to our students. And that's where we actually established these joint hubs. We've got now about 400 plus across the nation, and taught them how to really get your hands dirty in blockchain. We've also had a lot of EU-funded partnerships for blockchain innovation. So for example, we've started in Zambia, in the Zambia Blockchain Alliance. We're now doing it with Nigeria. We are doing it with other countries also. We do collaborative research and development. My friends, that's required. We cannot work in isolation. We need to understand challenges from each one of us and work towards a common goal, economic impact. Funding and investment. We need a lot of co-investment in blockchain startups. Now, for example, there are wonderful startups in Africa. Do they get funding all the time? No, sometimes it's difficult. So we must work together, co-invest in these startups. Joint public-private funding for blockchain and healthcare and education especially should be a very big priority, especially for governments. Talent development and exchange programs. Now, this is critical. It all starts with education. It all starts with people exchanging ideas and knowledge. People who have more knowledge should share with people who want to have and understand a little bit more about this technology. That's what is there. For example, in India, we've created multiple courses, not run-of-the-mill boring courses, which are just giving the same information which you can find free on Google, but courses that make you employable. That's very important. Apart from the fundamentals, of course, you need to know the fundamentals very well. Then you know, how is it going to impact my life? How am I going to get a job? How am I going to get exposure? How and where do I look for these jobs? So we've created programs specifically for this. Also, we've created global scholarships and a blockchain accelerator programs, which is something which maybe we work together with Africa, we'll be able to spread it there as well. Public sector integration. Now, to make things happen, public sector needs to share best practices for blockchain implementation in publics like digital identity and voting systems. We have worked on a zero knowledge proof digital identity program. That is brilliant. It's the first of its kind. There are many sporadic, small, and ad hoc ones, but this particular is an ecosystem, which I will talk right. That's my last slide. Estonia and India, for example, are sharing insights on blockchain-based digital identity systems, and now we've come and actually made something wonderful. We are also creating these global blockchain sandboxes. As I told you, in these universities, etc., we've set up these sandboxes where you and I can actually experiment, work on projects, succeed, fail, look for mentors, look for internship programs, look for real-life projects, and these are all real-life projects that happen in these sandboxes. The first of its kind was in MIT, Massachusetts, in Boston. And that was a great success. We've replicated the success of that because I was part of it at some point of time. We've replicated that success in India at more than 400 such places, sandboxes. Another thing is the cybersecurity collaboration. While we talk about everything else, developing a joint framework to access cybersecurity challenges in blockchain, ensuring robust implementation. Without security, we have lost everything. So there is now a global task force on blockchain security protocols. We, as an organization, we are part of that organization, and we share our inputs from time to time. The United Nations and global forums, they are very, very essential to make this into mainstream. We must use platforms like United Nations, G20, World Economic Forum to align blockchain initiatives with SDGs. For example, blockchain for financial inclusion in unbanked areas. We're doing this in India. We were doing it in Bangladesh. We're doing it in Sri Lanka. We would love to do it in Africa. This is something which is very, very essential. Now, we are aligning ourselves with all UN SDGs. In fact, 5 of our projects have been picked up by United Nations. That is impact. And the IBA impact, that's what we have done, really strong. Last 6 months, I won't talk about the last 6 years. Last 6 months, we've been there around for 6 years. We were started in 2018. 6 months, 6 projects that we've done. In Andhra Pradesh, we put the land titling, all land titles on the blockchain. The same thing we are doing with the government of Goa. Land records are, always, they're very gray area. It's a very gray area. We've actually tried to eliminate land fraud and ensure transparency of property ownership. I'm sure you have same problems. We have reduced disputes, we have increased public trust, and this project has now been implemented. Election Commission blockchain voting project. Well, that's for remote voting. Allowing remote voting for citizens, especially migrant workers, ensuring transparency, security. That's also going to be done a pilot along with IIT Madras. It increased voter participation, reduced risk, and the pilot project has been implemented. That's another step forward. In the Telangana state blockchain policy, blockchain and state governance for procurement and digital identity. I mentioned digital identity before also. We've created the world's best wallet for digital identity. It's called the Soul Wallet, the IBA Soul Wallet, because it's close to our soul, it's close to your soul. It also enhances transparency, streamlined procurement, the entire procurement process we put on the blockchain. What do you procure? Everything from stationery to grain to fuel to clothes, everything what the government procures, we put that on the blockchain. Coffee Board of India. Well, we empowered coffee farmers by providing them a direct connection with buyers. We've eliminated the middleman and therefore increased profitability for all these farmers. The impact has been more income for them. We promoted the Indian coffee in international markets and great quality, and we've successfully launched this. That's been the biggest impact. It's already on the way. Karnataka Crop Insurance Program, the use case, blockchain for streamlining the crop insurance claims to ensure faster, transparent, accurate processing of crop insurance for farmers. What is the impact, my friends? It's reduced delay, reduced frauds in claims. That's a very big challenge because even Africa is a large agrarian economy, isn't it? Yes, it is. And there you can use blockchain for all this mitigation of these problems. It has improved financial security for farmers. It's brought in trust in government schemes. And the pilot project has now been implemented with great success. It's going to be rolled out next year right across the state. In Gujarat, We use blockchain for solar energy credits. We are managing solar energy credits and trading using blockchain. We've created a decentralized platform for tracking and trading renewable energy credits. What has happened? We've made a circular economy, my friends. We've encouraged adoption of solar power, thereby saving a lot of fossil fuel, not using fossil fuel, and saving electricity. We boosted our renewable energy goals, aligning ourselves with the United Nations SDGs. We've also deployed this now right across the nation, is being done as we speak. And the biggest one I say is this, the Seal of Trust. Now, the Seal of Trust is going to be launched on the 25th of January, 2025. 250125. That's the date we've kept. Why? It just sounds good. 2525, right? The Seal of Trust is going to be the world's most unique ecosystem of blockchain trust without it being a layer one blockchain. But the entire ecosystem which we have created at IBA is going to be something very, very unique. And I would love you to reach out to me anytime if you want to know more, but I'll tell you only more about that after the 25th. Till then, enjoy what I've shared with you. Learn that blockchain is here for us. Enjoy the space. Welcome the space with open arms. Learn as much as you can and identify the problems you wish to solve. Blockchain can solve most of them. And that's it from my side. Let the journey begin. And that's Raj Kapoor signing off. You take care and have a lovely evening and the rest of the weekend. You take care. Goodbye. Bye-bye.